And then, and John Bissell, who is our music supervisor, does an incredible job of telling me, okay, well, wait, that's an oldie, but what about this new one, or listen to this. And so it's fascinating to me how it changes or shifts the tone or sort of creates a tone when otherwise there might not be one there. I know there's a thing we were writing yesterday that's going to be super emotional that we were just last night, and I got the and just so it's always hearing new stuff, and you know, there's something I know I want to use in the our 8th episode, or actually it might be the 9th episode, where my mom forwarded me something from Twitter that or Facebook, that somebody had said, hey, this would be a great song, and I was like, I've never heard that, and I was like, oh my God, this is great. So it's just sort of all around, wherever we can find it, open to that.
Yeah, when Gordon Lightfoot was playing, when Red kills Fowler, I mean, because you use mostly new music, but that song perfectly sort of epitome what was going on there. I want to back up real quick and notice.
That actually is a very interesting case. There was a scene, John is fantastic with the music on our show, and John Eisendrath and I have had conversations about the music on our show, and I'll call and very often the song or the paradigm for the song will be in the script, or even in an outline, and so it's always very exciting to see, and it sets a tone for and very often the music is very dichotomous with what's going on within the scene, which is gives it a sort of off-center, idiosyncratic feeling about it. But that scene, actually, that you're talking about, John fell so in love with the song that so perfectly told the story of exactly, so related so perfectly with what was happening in the scene, that I called him up, and it was in the script. And I called him up and I said, John, I'm not even so sure I can keep up with the song with my acting in terms of telling what Red is going through in the scene as well as the song can. The song was, I can't remember what the song was, but
it was a Cat Stevens song.
It was a Cat Stevens song, and
On the Way to Find Out, I believe.
Yeah, and it was a song that it just was exactly what Red was thinking about, and what he was feeling, and everything he was going through in that moment was embodied in that song. And I called up John, I said, I just don't know whether it will be particularly successful for me to be acting at the same time that there's somebody saying what it is that I'm thinking about. So maybe we could have something else there. And he came up with the Gordon Lightfoot song. And the beauty of it is that when I knew that there was a Cat Stevens song, I knew exactly what the scene was, and I knew exactly what it was that I was to play. And so that's what I played in the scene. And then the Gordon Lightfoot was completely dichotomous to that, and was just a great counterpoint to that. And the show often does that.
Yeah, and that was John Bissell, our music supervisor, who said, what about this one? And I started hearing it. It was a song that felt like I felt like I was 7 years old, like sitting in the car with my parents driving around, and the kind of stuff I typically don't like at all. And then I kept listening to it and fell in love with it. And another one that I think of was Jolene, the Dolly Parton song.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, we were trying to get the rights to that and knew we wanted to use it, and I came across online a slowed down version of it that somebody had just slowed it down 25%. We couldn't clear the rights, and we weren't sure, and we actually changed the name of the character to Jolene, knowing that in a couple episodes, 4 or 5 episodes, we'd want to use that. And so sometimes it can be a little on the nose, sometimes it can be completely opposite.